Goes out of bounds. Now a handoff for Lindsey. Room here to run. And he's got the first down here and then some, but a penalty flag down. This could very well be coming back. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On 2nd down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 2nd down, it's Drake, and he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now Drake, and this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Philip Lindsay, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, You have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. This is caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Phillip Lindsey,
his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
KJ Hamler returning it. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Hard throw, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Offense set to get this drive started.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Muscles him off. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Carr. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Carr now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Completes this out left to Ruggs. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now Gordon on first down. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 52. Delta.
They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They didn't have a ton of yards to pick up on that 3rd down, but there was no way they were playing that one safe. They decided to take that one downtown. They must have felt that they had a big play that was waiting for them. Unfortunately, it was incomplete.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A handoff, Lindsey running left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. Now a carry for Lindsey. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Carr.
Now this goes out wide for Drake. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Kenyon Drake with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. He'll go up top here for Hamler. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
No tight end had more catches in 2020 than Darren Waller with 107. The 3rd most by a tight end in history. Maybe we should just take the label off and call him an outstanding receiver.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's Lindsey. 66 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Phillip Lindsay
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Raiders continue to pull away here in this first half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Gordon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. First down, Bridgewater. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
And McManus had a little too much slice on it. It's no good. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Hamler now to return it. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd and short.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. On first down, Gordon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
They run it here with Gordon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The kick by McManus is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Lindsey now off the read option.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
56.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bryce Callahan.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver.
Play fake. Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater now from the 50. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be 2nd down. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. They go play action. Bridgewater. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, Do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
From the 45 on second down, Bridgewater. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
Bridgewater finding Jeudy there for the Bronco first.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He'll buy some time right. Throw right side complete to Williams.
And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Just a yard to go here on second down.
Throwing is Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second and 11 now. Carr and Waller taking it in over the middle. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's third down. To throw his Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Hamler now on the return.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And some room to roam now.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater.
Gets this to Fant.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy.
And it's 3rd down. And again, it's Bridgewater.
Able to get this to Patrick, and he will hustle out of bounds. That stops the clock, but boy, that's just a very minimal gain. And also, keep in mind, it's 4th down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Carr going to throw here. And that is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Tenacity. Love the way they finished.